Hi, I'm Michael Rath alongside head track and field coach Jim Stevenson. And coach, what was your preparation for this next meet at Navy?
Well, we've been working hard all fall. We started our official practice in September, so basically we've been going through the fall practice. We're not even trying to do well at this meet. We have to peak in February, March for our indoors. So we're training through this meet. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so then obviously, what are your expectations for this meet, knowing that you are training through it?
Well, we just want everybody to stay healthy. The more experienced people will have more expectations. We know they know how to compete. They won't get too excited. They'll prepare well. The younger freshmen, we don't know. We just hope they stay healthy, have a good experience, and don't really have any disasters.
That's right, and you're talking about NECs. This is your only meet of the month. So what is the mindset going into this meet and then moving forward?
Well, winter break's always tough. We can't bring them back to practice in the middle of the meets that we have over winter break. We used to have 2 meets prior to the winter break. The first meet always used to be real good. The second meet used to be a bit of a letdown because it was close to finals, and their minds were on other things. So actually, this one meet is perfect. It gives us a little bit of an indicator of how they're going to do, and then they can focus on their final exams, and then hopefully they'll work hard over Christmas, and we'll have them back in January. That's
right, and you talk about a little bit about the meets that are during break, but talk about the schedule. What are some key meets before NEC conferences?
It's interesting. In track, there can be different key meets for different event groups. You ran. Some tracks are better for some events than others. So our jumpers and throwers really like the Navy facility in Bucknell and hate George Mason. Our runners, George Mason's a fast track. They don't like Bucknell, and they love Navy. So it depends on what event you're doing. I think everybody's excited to go to Navy. It's a $55 million facility. It's a great track. It's banked. It's fast. It's a great atmosphere. That one they like to go to. Penn State, for those that qualify, is also a great meet to go to. But it's kind of an individual thing as to what meets they look forward to and what we look forward to as coaches as well.
That's right. Now you have a whole new class that came in, the class of 2016. Talk a little bit about some of the freshmen on the team, that can really make an impact this year.
We have a ton. We have a lot of freshmen this year, and it's a very talented group. I think we loaded up pretty well in the female sprints, in the horizontal jumps on the men's side, and in the vertical jumps as well. I think on the women, we've got some very good women sprinters, Jenna Marie McCant, Jessica Whitmore, and Helena Lehrer. Between them, they've got the short and long sprints covered. Helena's more of a 400-meter hurdler, but she's a very good quarter miler, and will do well in the 500. In the horizontal jumps, we've got three freshman guys. We've got Kaifa Boyce, John Onasanya, Alex Gregro. They were very good in high school, so we'll look forward to them developing. Couple good throwers, and a couple of good distance runners, and 2 vaulters as well, Alyssa Ingram and Joe Contreras. So we're spread across the board in terms of freshmen and talent, and it'll be interesting to see how they do in these first few meets.
That's right. Obviously with newcomers, you have to let go of some people due to, only 4 years of eligibility. What were some of the key departures on your team?
This year was tough. You always talk about rebuilding years as being a cliche. We lost a lot of experience and talent that had an impact in terms of how well they performed and the impact they had on the program, the personality and the charisma. So they were all missed, every single one of them. I think they shaped how our team was and looked for sort of the last 2 years. Specifically, we graduated our All-American. Luckily, he's helping coach with us, so he's back. We had a very good horizontal jumper, Quentin Hughley. Luckily, we got Louis Gibalisco back for year 6, so he'll do well for us. But Maggie Pierce in the throws. We covered all events and had some great people, graduate Dylan Bernard, all of them, names that we've mentioned. a lot over the last 4 years. So it'll be tough. Luckily, the returning students have stepped up well and look like they're taking the leadership roles. And it's a neat freshman class. They're very energizing. They're a good group. So I think we'll be able to get things together pretty quickly.
So now with all this excitement, you talked earlier about NECs. What are your expectations on the men's side? What are your goals?
Gosh, we have a few school record holders on the team right now. John Fernandez, Kobe Rosemeyer, Louis Gibalisco in indoor track. So we're looking for them to have a great year, get well into the postseason, hopefully extend their school records. Individually, we've got a ton of people that can make it to the postseason as long as they stay on their feet, stay healthy. And then in the conference, we can always make a noise. And I think a lot of it is going to rely on how well these freshmen respond to the freshman year, which can be a little bit dicey sometimes. But we've got, like I said, we've got good horizontal jumpers. We've got a really good sprinter out of Wyoming, a freshman, Thomas Taylor. So if they can step up real quick and put a dent in the conference, then we could do well. Like I said, we've got a very balanced squad. We've got a mixture of youth and experience, and that's got to come together.
Absolutely, and obviously you're also the head coach of the women's side. So what are your expectations for the women's team?
Pretty similar. Pretty similar. We terms of overall team finish on the women's side indoors last year, it wasn't as good as what we've done in the past in terms of where we finished, but in terms of how the individuals did to get that spot was actually very good, if you can understand that. The individuals who put together that overall team performance, they did very well to do that. So it was kind of a bittersweet moment. The sweet part was they all competed well. The bitter part was that the overall team performance wasn't as good as we'd have liked it to be. So we can't criticize anybody, really. Would like for that to move up a little bit. And then the same as the guys. We've got some great experience that made it into the postseason, and we're looking to see if they can continue into the postseason and do better. And once again, those freshmen that we've got coming in, if they can hit the ground running, then it could be a good one.
All right. Well, once again, I'm Michael Rath, and that was head coach Jim Stevenson. Good luck this year.
Thank you. Thank you very much.